All right, so I wanted to ask you about this. I have this app on my phone.
Which app?
Oh, it's called Control All.
There you go.
It controls all. All of my C-shaped pumps.
Yes.
That is.
Yep.
So I have my return pump down there.
Yep.
And I have two, they're called Extremes. I just call them flow pumps or power heads. So I love that C-Shape has an app, and I've got all these C-Shape pumps. So I'll open the Control All app, and what I like is I've got all my different C-Shape pumps on here, and I've got my flow pumps, my Extreme SDCs. Now, what's really cool is they've got these preset programs here that you can use, and there's a bunch of different ones. Laguno Ripple, Sharp Break, Reef Current, a slow current, fast current. So you can see, you can just set these presets and you just click on it and it automatically sets up these parameters here and gives you, the pump just starts giving you in this case, a sharp break, and there's a good little graphic of what it's doing, making the pump come on from 5% up to 100% on 1 second times. And then you can just create your own. So you can do custom programs. So I'm going to just open up custom and make one similar to one of C-Shape's presets. And you can change how low you want it to go and how high you want it to go. So we've got it going from from 5% to 100% every 3 seconds. We'll make it 3.5. Just bump it up to 3.5. So there I've got my own custom program. And the other thing that's cool here is I can go in that custom program and I can schedule it, edit this one, what time I want it. So you see there's tons of customizing you can do with these pumps. So, Mr. Saltwater Tank, what should I do with my flow pumps? Right now I just have them on like 62% power, and they're just...
Should be on 63.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't think that would really make a difference. But...
Yeah, I'm done. All right, we'll go. Let's go.
You're so funny, dude. But you're really not. Okay, so should I do something different from what I'm doing with them now? Or do I need to get different ones?
But the thing to remember about pumps is variety is the spice of life. If you have the options for different flows, do it. That may be one pump is on reef crest mode, this other one's on swell mode. Vary it up from pump to pump. If you can change the intensity during the day, do it. If you can change the mode during the day, do it. Look, some people just have pumps that are on or off. That's how it was when I got started in the hobby. Okay, turn them on, turn them off. This is gonna vary the flow in your tank too. You and I have been in the ocean, the flow isn't always the same. Let's simulate that in your tank.
So, Mark, how do I know when I have enough flow?
There's a lot that goes into coral health, and flow is certainly one of those things. Some people would say it's more important than lighting. I don't agree, but flow is certainly a piece of it. So if everything looks good in your tank, that can tell you that you've got a lot of flow, you've got enough flow, your corals are happy. The other piece of that is I'm watching the sand bed. When you feed, does food just fall on the sand bed and sit there? Because I like to leave my pumps on when I feed. If I've got my pumps on and you feed and it lands somewhere in the sand bed, I would like to have more flow in that area. That may be changing the intensity, changing the mode, pointing the power head different, adding another power head, but I want to see things moving around the tank. Ideally, things will not just sit on your sand bed. You want the flow to pick it up, move it out of the way, and then hopefully get down into the overflow if we can filter it out.
Okay, so that kind of answers the second part of that question was, when do I have too much?
Coral, again, will tell you, especially with LPS corals, if they're getting beat to snot because they're getting too much flow on them, they're going to retract, they're not going to extend. Like your torch over here, this is nice. You could even potentially give it more flow, but look, it's extended, polyps are out.
I love it. I love that there's flow over there and that it's moving.
Yep.
Like that. It's so cool to see it.
So if this was contracted in for days on end, a clue can be that it's getting too much flow. Simply turn down the power head or direct the flow away from it. See what you get. That's a key that you're getting too much flow. The other thing is, if you're moving sand across your sand bed, you've got too much flow.
Okay, I think you've educated me on flow quite a bit. But since you're here looking at my tank right now,
Yeah.
what do you think of my flow, and should I do anything different?
So, Torch is happy. I was noticing this leather up here, Toadstool. He's happy. The Vargas here is moving around. The clam's getting some flow. You can see everything is moving, right? Like, this is good. We're not rearranging your sand bed.
Okay.
That's good too. The fish are happy. They like to hang out in the flow. I'm thinking that adding another power head on the sides, shooting this direction in time, that's something I could see you doing. But I don't think that you need it now.
Okay.
Buy 2 more of these Seashays, put them out here on the ends, pointing across the front, vary them so you're not blasting everything.
Yeah.
That's going to give you some more.
How about the level where I put them? Does anybody ever put them low? Is there a reason? Like this Vargas is down here. Does he need flow? Or are the power heads always near the top?
They can go down low. He's getting enough flow for what he is. If you put them too low, you're going to suck up sand.
Yeah, I don't want to do
Blow
that.
it. You don't want to do that. At the same time, I'm not going to put it right here in front of this rock and put it pointing right at a rock. It's
Yeah.
just going to blast the rock. So ideally we would have enough distance that it's getting to throw the water. Especially with the new ones that I want to put on, I want them to throw the water across the front of the tank.
All right. Cool.
More gear.
More gear. And I'm excited that I'm doing it right, that it's been going good.
But part of the key with this is, Jimmy, what you've been doing is fine. So if your tank looks fine, things are growing at the rate that you want, you may not need to do it. It doesn't have to be more complicated, but if you feel like you need more flow, put some more power heads on there, experiment with stuff. I'm always changing the flow in my tank. It's never right for me. I want to change the modes, I want to change the positioning. You don't have to do that, but as you get more experience with this, you get picky with things, you're going to want to start to tweak. Flow is an easy thing to do, easy thing to add to your tank, and it's very likely not going to hurt anything.